got up. I didn't do a video yesterday, we needed to relax for a day. Sleep's been a bit weird. It's always a bit weird in a new place, but we'll get there. I just saw a comment. Somebody said wasn't consistent with doing 100 startups in 100 days. No, I wasn't. No, I failed with that. It was an idea that we started, and what we've done is we've changed it to 100 startups in 1,000 days, starting from about this time last year when I first had the idea. I'd been vlogging since June in 2024, and yeah, just started trying to detail and research and put out all the business models that I knew, and then combine them with the other business models that I was always researching, to find the best business models for me to earn a living with only working 3 hours a day. And that then evolved into around November of around about a year ago, to me thinking, well, for the reason that I needed to do something epic for people to latch on to for the marketing, because I don't have a load of money to put into ads to market this. So I need something that kind of sat behind the company of Nonconformity Company that people could easily understand and get behind. Something similar to things that I've seen before. Peter Level's doing 12 startups in 12 months, a year, one a month. He's now making 3 million a month and is very successful. And I came across him in 2016 when I was researching again all the different online business models to do to work online, because I was moving to Bali. So yeah, it evolved. But then this year has just been the craziest, most unstable. I said the other day the amount of moves that we've had, the amount of uncertainty we've had, and I've kept up with these videos and I've kept up with working. And I realised. So yeah, what I did is I changed it. I thought, well, I'll do 100 startups in 1,000 days. So that gives me till the 4th of April, 2020, no, the 7th of April, 2027. So that gives me the rest of this year, all of next year, and a good third, well, about a third of 2027. And we've got about 70 website domains. We've got similar, around about 110, 15 ideas. Not all of them we'll run with, because we'll have more that come in. I'm always sifting through and changing. What I also realized was I'm preaching to start startups quickly and how to go about that and validate that while still researching it, how to try and kill your ideas. And the reason it's taking me longer is, one, because I'm trying to set up many of these, which then I've got to thread together through Nonconformity Company, through 100 startups in 1,000 days.com, and through the blueprints. So I'm creating a library of the blueprints, and it's even more complicated because the blueprints are split up into 3 sections: the motives, the business model, and the money models. So I'm trying to kind of do it all at once, right? And so that means stepping over here for a bit, stepping back over there for a bit, and working it all out. And the other reason it's taking longer is because I'm also working out how to teach it in the best way while actually setting them up and setting up the blueprint. Tea in a glass, my new favorite thing. Seems to stay warmer, I don't know. So I guess because I'm working it out as I go along as well, and trying to practice what we preach. We're trying to set up all of the things that I'm doing, like launching a business, like testing it. All of those are then actually scratching my itch and allowing me to set up other pathways, other educational pathways, and startups or start of startups for other people as well, with Nonconformity Launchpad. So there's lots of little tools you can use, like IdeaThud, for example. If you want to then start startups and you need ideas, IdeaThud is the place to go, or Nonconformity Launchpad. And then if you want to grow your business, we'll have Blastoff, and we'll have other then programs you can hop around. So if you've already got your ideas, you can skip the idea parts and go straight to the Launchpad, then Blastoff for the marketing side of things, and just follow pathways of what's working and what's not, in for me and for others, in a really in the Nonconformity Company way, in a really easy way to understand. So yeah, I didn't stick to that, but you've got to kind of put yourself out there, first of all, and that's the idea with these videos, with the company. You put things out there and see how they feel and see how they roll, and then evolve then as you go. It's better to just begin. That's the point. That's my main underlying point. Just begin. Because I threw all the websites up there, the templates have changed so much, the branding has changed so much, because I just threw something up there live and started showing it to people and started just sleeping on it and looking at it. And a lot of the names, a lot of the headlines, you just throw them up there, see how they feel for a while, maybe get some feedback. Again, just sit with it for a while. But the main thing is it's up there, and the feeling that you have when something is up there that you're not perfectly happy with allows you to then go to the next level, to start to evolve that, to start to change that, rather than being all in your head. There's a real big power in writing things down, or just actually starting to do the thing before you're actually ready. That sets a lot more cogs in motion, the reality cogs, actual real life, to start moving things along. So it feels like I've been dotting around and going back to the blueprints, going to new startups, going to sorting all of these out, and then having new ideas, and then dropping some old ideas. But it really feels like what's going to happen is when we loop back round towards the end of next year, everything's going to fall together nicely, and it's going to form just a live. What I want is a live working model that people can come into and learn very quickly about business models, and learn very quickly how to deploy them for themselves. And it's just going to be so easy to understand that I'm having to go through a lot of I keep talking about simplicity and the ultimate sophistication. I'm having to go through all these parts to present it front end in the simplest way possible. So yeah, we did fail at that, but we haven't given up, and we're keeping on going through one of the most difficult years of my whole life. And all of the groundwork will pay off, because it will be very presentable for you, and it will also provide me with all of the ways to do this stuff really quickly and keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So we keep getting better. That's my message to everybody else. So yeah, it's 100 startups in 1,000 days. That's about one every 10 days. A lot of the other ones I've seen in a month. And some of these, because we're showcasing all of the different models, like for example, the natural wine monthly subscription business model. That's the motive for that is, importing wine and making money that way. The other motive is educating people on different types of wine, and healthier, more amazing different types of wine. I found out that the crate for that, and bumped into several wine producers while I was in France, because I'd come up with the idea and put it out there. I wouldn't be looking for these wine producers or meeting them or having the chats that I had if I hadn't put the idea out there. So I'd put it on the website, and then you find out a bit more information, what the wholesale cost is, can they do it? Oh, there's quite a bit of import stuff to work out. There are services that help with that, and they have contacts for that. How much discount do they make? What's the retail value? So I got to work out a few numbers, because I know a wine producer in Nottingham that does the natural wine stuff. And the margins seem to be there. There's just some unknowns with the import stuff. But the main thing, one of the best things I found out was how many bottles fit on a crate. And I think it was about 620. One of the suppliers said, so if I'm doing 2 bottles a month, then that's 310 2 bottles. So you can use the crowdfunding model with this, have the website, and say, look, we need for our first pallet, we need 310 people to put down X amount of money, 40 quid, 50 quid, whatever it is. And then we can order our first shipment. So it's the crowdfunding model to allow people to start the business and be a founder in it themselves. And people love doing that. Kickstarter and Indiegogo websites like that have just become multi-million-pound businesses, because people love helping other people start. They love seeing what's new, and they love seeing the story behind it. So that's the start of a startup. That's an example of using a combination of different models and something a bit different. Showing you a monthly subscription model is a really good model to do with something of this kind of nature, and a nice affordable luxury that's new, that will be seasonal, that will change, that's imported, so it's special, it's unique. There's a limited number of them coming over, but you can get involved and help start the business. So you just have a payment cart there ready and say, right, we need the first 310 people to put in X amount of money, and then this business can commence. And that's a totally fine way of doing things. with starting a business, starting an idea, because then you get validation of your idea before you have to buy anything. Rather than have to buy the wine and then start selling it, you sell the wine before you've actually purchased it. And you can then offer you could offer a founder's price for that, so they get a reduced discount for life or for the first year. You could offer it more at cost, just a reduced rate really, or a bit more for their money, or a bit more of a founder membership level, which gives some other gifts and treats, or education, or meetups. There's all manner of things you can do, and we do want to try and flex as many of those as possible to show people the many, 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 many different ways of doing business. That's our idea here, while actually doing it. So there we go.